Angel Acosta and Angelino Cordova recently came together in a flyweight fight that is worth a second look. Let's talk about this flyweight battle that took place between these two men and why, if you're looking for good boxing, all you have to do is look closer at the sport. On April 6th, Golden Boy had another fight night card that really brought some action that was a little bit unexpected, but maybe again, not so much unexpected, because the flyweight battle between Angel Acosta and Angelino Cordova proved to be exactly what people usually tune in to watch boxing for: the action, the flow of competitive juices between two combatants. And on this night, Thursday, April 6th, this is exactly what these men delivered. Coming into the fight, we had Acosta, who was really looking to turn the corner and put himself in position for contention with the title. The vacant WBO flyweight title was at stake here, the international, and Acosta came in with a record of 23-3 with 22 KOs. But after this fight, he's now 23-4. He sought to really impose himself physically, utilizing his punching power and his natural physicality. And Cordova didn't respond to it very well from the onset. And I do believe that Angel thought that he would be able to get the best of him early by attacking with bludgeoning shots. But this is where things got a little interesting, because Cordova was able to withstand that opening onslaught and then began to not only fight back, but do some physical tactics back to him. And so now Angelino, coming out of this fight, is 18-0 with 12 KOs. He seemed to get a grasp of understanding that he didn't have to fight Acosta's fight and to fight his own fight. And how did he go about this? It was interesting as the fight played on. Initially, as I said, Acosta came out very physical and going after Cordova. And Cordova was kind of on the back foot. He was blocking, parrying, trying to move around, gain distance, and stay out of the fray. But a couple of low blows and a well-placed punch behind the head seemed to turn the tide for Cordova. Interestingly, that display of physicality made the heavy-handed power puncher Acosta display limited boxing ability even more, because he wasn't able to adjust to that. In other words, maybe he thought that he would just be able to intimidate his way through the fight against Cordova. But Cordova brought something special, a can-do spirit and mentality toward the bout. Once he started letting his hands go, he was punching in combinations, a sense of overwhelming activity that put Acosta on the defensive. And then the tide of the battle began to change. I would say, given over the first 4 to 5 rounds, Acosta was out up front. But what proved was Cordova happened to be a well-conditioned, active combination puncher. Sometimes when a fighter lets his hands go, you can overwhelm a guy psychologically with activity, moving the hands, moving the feet. Mental conditioning is significant in boxing, and though people place a tremendous emphasis on physicality, physical conditioning, in boxing, the mental aspect is not touched on enough, especially in this modern era of current fighters. Psychological approach to what you're doing is important. You can see it in our everyday lives. People just don't want to work hard anymore. They want convenience. And in boxing, the only convenience is getting your butt kicked when you do not try to put out your best effort. And that comes from within. If it's not there, there's no place to reach for. Cordova being able to change the tide of this battle showed something that Acosta hadn't prepared for. And let's not forget, ebb and flow, making great adjustments, which is what Cordova did, played into the final decision of this fight. Acosta had been stopped once before in June of 2019 against Elwin Soto. So when you think about it, coming off of his last 6 fights with one split decision against Axel Aragon Vega in June of 2022, Cordova was on a winning streak. And even though he hadn't fought the caliber of opponents that you may term that they were top quality, staying active, staying busy, being able to be on the winning track, it's hard to turn back the challenge of a fighter who is undefeated. And he showed that in this fight. By the time the bout ended, when you could take a strong look at Angel Acosta, he looked the worse for wear. The battle took a huge toll on him. And like I said, mentally is where I thought in the later rounds he began to come apart. And that's when Cordova took over. And those are the type of situations in boxing matches that when they happen within the fight, your trainer can't do much for you. The only thing you can hope for is the final bell. So what is next? Who knows? The flyweight division is becoming very interesting. You've got Jesse Bam Rodriguez down there and a host of other fighters whose names we'll be mentioning very soon in the near future. But you cannot rule out the Venezuelan Angelino Cordova. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, the third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you thought about this lightweight battle if you had a chance to check it out. If not, please do so. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.